Does anybody else think it's funny how Donald Trump has officially done more for Canada, and he's not even in office yet, than Justin Trudeau, our prime minister, has done for the country in years?
I think I figured it out. I think I figured out why the witches and the astrologers were wrong. If you track back, a lot of them didn't say Kamala's going to be president. They said Donald Trump's not going to be president. And I think, and I fear, and I am terrified that they're seeing that Trump is somehow only going to last a couple months, and then JD Vance is going to be president. And my intuition this whole time has been like, this isn't over yet. And it's like I don't see Donald Trump being president, but I don't see Kamala winning. I see a third thing. And I think JD Vance is the third thing. Please, can someone tell me I'm wrong? Can please someone tell me that I am wrong? Because I don't want to be right about this, but for some reason it tracks. Like, I think I'm right, and I don't like it.
Hey guys, welcome back again to the channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. And if you just see my face for the first time, you're welcome. Please do subscribe to the channel and also give this video a thumbs up. So it's another episode of FAFO. So let's go ahead, watch these videos, then we'll come back and we'll talk more about it. Please do subscribe if you haven't. Let's go watch the videos.
Anytime I hear Michelle or Barack Obama speak, I feel a deep anger, and it's not what you think. I feel a deep visceral reaction to my shame and guilt and just overall FOMO, because I had two opportunities to vote for him, and both times I leaned instead on my ignorance and pride and overall, I'm a Republican, and I didn't get a chance to be part of, first of all, voting for arguably one of the most successful presidencies in our lifetime. Second of all, just the collective effervescence, the hope, and overall just goodness that they stood for. And now, more than ever, I am feeling the magnitude of that, because mark my words, I promise you, if you are or already have voted for Trump, you will experience this visceral shame years down the road, because we are facing two realities. The first reality is that you vote for Trump and it works and he wins. The second is if you vote for Trump and Kamala wins. And in both realities, you will feel a sense of shame, because if the first one takes place, in the best case scenario, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of how scary this could actually get. This is best case scenario here. He wins, he instills his tariffs and his tax plans that he's been talking about, which will cripple the economy as we know it. The things that you buy today on Amazon, more than likely, they're all coming from overseas. So expect to pay up to 20 to 60% more for everything that's in your current Amazon shopping cart. That is facts. Second of all, if he does go through with his mass deportation plan, that will decimate our economy. I'm not even going to waste my time talking about the rights that will be taken away from women and marginalized communities, since people that are voting for Trump clearly don't care about that anyway and only care about their bank accounts and immigrants, evidently. Remember, these are all best case scenario here. And you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be thinking, oh shit, I did this. I'm responsible for this. Then the other scenario is that you vote for Trump and Kamala wins. She's going to create an economy that's going to embolden the middle class to buy houses, start businesses. She's going to put restrictions on the corporations who currently today, they're the ones that are scooping up all of these single family households the second they go onto the market, and they have cash. Why do you think the market is so distorted right now? It's because it's unnatural. Corporations are one of the #1 homeowners in America because they snatch homes up and then they sell them at a profit, which just then jacks up all of the pricing around in the areas. So Kamala is going to put restrictions on that. She's also going to put regulations as far as your grocery bill and your utility bill and just all around cost of living needs that we have. She's going to put regulations on basic goods for that. She's going to help us. And everything that you guys are complaining about as far as immigration and safety, she's going to put stipulations in place to create a safer border and a more efficient path to citizenships. We'll be living in this economy that you did not vote for, that you did not support, and you're gonna say, oh man, I really regret not voting for her. She was right. She turned it around. You are not just casting a vote, you are helping create a legacy. Which side of history do you want to be on? You don't want to be on the side where I'm at, watching the Obamas making these amazing speeches and doing these amazing things and leaving this awesome legacy and knowing that I was a part of actively voting against it. That sucks. It really sucks. Now, all of this, of course, is provided that you have more emotional intelligence of, say, like a squirrel, and you have basic empathy and self-awareness, in which case this all applies. And if you don't, this doesn't apply to you anyway. But if you haven't and are still on the fence about Trump, I promise you, if you vote for him, you're going to regret it, and you're going to have to live with yourself for the rest of your life.
Does anybody else think it's funny how Donald Trump has officially done more for Canada, and he's not even in office yet, than Justin Trudeau, our prime minister, has done for the country in years? Like, don't get me wrong, 25% tariffs would be terrible for us. And I shouldn't think this is funny, but I just kind of do, because he is calling for Trudeau to fix the things that so many of us have been calling for Trudeau to fix. But Trudeau doesn't listen to us. We're peasants, right? But he will listen to Donald Trump. And I just think it's hilarious how Donald Trump is basically like when you're fighting with your parents, so then you go and tell your grandparents about it, but then your parents are also telling your grandparents, so then your grandparents end up being the mediator who talks some sense into all of you guys. Donald Trump is basically our grandpa in this situation, because he's like, hey, Canada, I hear you. I know what's going on. Your prime minister tries to pretend like it's not going on, but I know that that's not true, and we're going to force him to fix it. And again, the tariffs, if they were to ever actually come into effect, would be very, very detrimental to our economy. But the threat of them alone is going to see our government actually listening to its people for the first time in years. Like, seriously, Donald Trump, within 3 weeks of being elected, is officially going to be cleaning up our streets better than our own government did, because he didn't care about it until Donald Trump threatened tariffs. And for that, I guess, thank you, Donald Trump, for trying to save Canada, because clearly our prime minister had no interest in doing that beforehand, which is really a damn shame, because I'm sure he would not be lagging so far behind in the polls if he had actually just taken that stuff seriously beforehand.
I've been reading articles and posts about people who have left their partners and spouses over the vote after discovering that they voted for Trump. And the reaction to those revelations is quite interesting. I kind of laugh when somebody says, are you leaving your spouse over politics? And it's like, no, that's not what it is. It's like Trump gives people permission to embrace their worst impulses. And when somebody is embracing their worst impulses all the time, it's very hard to be around that. I don't know about you, but I don't want to be around somebody who's being the worst version of themselves all the time. You know, just a thought. I think, the vote maybe was, a permission slip or a trigger point for the partner to realize, wow, maybe this person is actually not the person that I thought. Just a thought.
So do you think that people that left their spouses because they voted for TP, they are wrong? Or do you think they went too far? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section, right? Let me know what you think about that. Because a lot of persons on social media that period were just saying, you know what, I'm done. There was a video of a man who also said his wife divorced him because of that. Okay, for me, I think it was just the last straw. That must be something he must have been doing for a very long time. Then that period was the time they say, okay, this is the limit I can stretch. So that was it for them, okay? And they used the whole voting thing to do as a cover-up, because if you have been doing a lot of things and you have to do this part, then that was just it for them. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section. I'd love to read from you. Please do subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. See you guys on my next video. Bye, guys.